Before we begin, I want to check in with you for a moment. Have you been taking good care of yourself lately? Is there something that has been weighing on your mind or making your heart feel tired? Have you had moments when you feel like you are trying so hard, yet it still doesn't feel like enough? If you are listening to this episode today, maybe there is something inside you that wants to be heard and understood. And I want you to know that you are not alone. I am truly here with you right now. Welcome to the Heal and Grow podcast. My name is Xavier, and I am genuinely happy that you chose to spend a little time with yourself and with this space today. Wherever you are listening from, I hope you can feel my presence with you. You and I are sharing this small, quiet moment, and I'm grateful for it. First, I want to invite you to relax a little. Take a deep breath and let your mind settle. Because what we are about to talk about might be something you have felt somewhere inside yourself before. I have seen people who are talented, kind, and hardworking, yet they still carry an emptiness within them. They have someone who loves them, but they still feel lonely. They receive praise, but it still feels like it is not enough. They achieve remarkable things, but the joy fades quickly. When I look at them, I also see who I used to be. Confused, searching, and believing that happiness would come from something outside of myself. A person who loved me more, a more stable job, a bigger success. And those things do make us feel better, but only for a short while. Eventually, everything goes back to the same place, and the emptiness returns. That is also why we are here today, to talk about a truth we sometimes forget. The way out is in. The path forward is not outside of you. It is within you. External validation can make us happy, but it cannot heal the doubts buried deep inside. Love from another person can make us feel less lost, but it cannot replace the love we have never given ourselves. A stable job, a good life, and reaching goals are wonderful, but they cannot create inner peace if there is still a storm within us. So we try to fill the emptiness with temporary things, shopping to soothe sadness, jumping into a new relationship to forget the old one, working ourselves to exhaustion to avoid loneliness, making more money to quiet our fears. But when the day ends, when the room becomes quiet, and the world slows down, the emptiness returns, sometimes even deeper. Because here is the truth. You cannot use the outside to fix a wound that lives inside. A compliment cannot mend your self-doubt. A new relationship cannot heal the one that broke you. More money cannot cure the fear of not being enough. A better job will not fix the chaos within. What you are truly seeking, such as peace, confidence, self-worth, and the feeling of being loved, are things only you can give yourself. This is the moment when the real turning point begins. It sounds paradoxical, but it is one of the deepest truths in life. The more you search outside, the further you drift from yourself. The more you run, the more exhausted you become. The more you cling to the world, the emptier your heart feels. Not because you are weak, but because you are searching in the wrong direction. I once believed that if I became good enough, successful enough, or loved enough, my emptiness would disappear. But my heart back then was like a cracked cup. No matter how much you pour into it, it still leaks. The water is not the issue. The cup is. And it was not until I finally stopped, truly stopped, and looked at that crack that I understood something important. I did not need to pour in more. I needed to heal the cup itself. Realizing this feels like standing at a crossroads. On one side is a busy, noisy road, where you run, you search, and you hope someone or something will save you. On the other side is a silent road, quiet and unfamiliar, with no signs and no noise. It is just you and the truth you have been avoiding for years. And that truth is simple. To heal the emptiness, you must walk into the place you fear the most, yourself. The place where unspoken wounds live. The place where forgotten emotions hide. The place where unmet needs have been neglected for years. But that is exactly where the real way out begins. The way out is in. You go inward to see where you hurt. You go inward to understand what you truly need. You go inward to heal, not from the surface, but from the root. Many people think that going inward means isolating yourself, meditating for hours, or withdrawing from life. But that is only the surface. Going inward is a life skill, a gentle and honest way of living. The Buddha said, "All suffering begins in the mind, and all liberation begins there too." This means you do not need to travel far to find answers. You do not need to change your entire life. You do not need someone else to fix you. You only need to return to the place where everything begins, yourself. Because returning to yourself does not always require something big or dramatic. You do not heal by escaping your life, but by learning how to meet yourself within it. And the way back to yourself often begins in the smallest, simplest moments. You do not need a 30-minute meditation session. You do not need a healing retreat. You do not need to step away from your life for a few days. You only need small moments, moments that belong entirely to you. It begins with daring to pause, taking one deep breath when your body tightens, relaxing your shoulders when your heart starts racing, placing a hand on your chest when emotions rise too quickly, focusing your eyes on one steady point when your thoughts begin to spiral. Just a few seconds, but those seconds matter. They remind you, I am still here. I am still breathing. I am allowed to choose my response. You will be surprised by how a tiny pause can change the entire direction of your day. You can distract your mind with busyness, but you cannot fool your body. Your body speaks honestly through your heartbeat, your breath, your tight shoulders, and your uneasiness. Returning inward sometimes begins with something incredibly simple. Place your hand on your chest and take one slow, honest breath. Because breath is not just breath. Breath is a message. You are alive. You are here. You still have the chance to begin again. Every new breath is a second chance. Every new breath is a reminder that as long as you are breathing, you still have the strength, the time, and the freedom to begin again. And in a world that keeps us running, the courage to pause is an act of quiet bravery. Before we close today's episode, I want to leave you with a small question that might open a much larger doorway inside you. In this very moment, what does your heart need the most? Maybe it needs a slower breath. Maybe it needs a moment of silence. Maybe it needs the courage to admit a truth. Maybe it needs a gentle hug from yourself. Maybe it simply needs the reminder that it is okay and that you are trying your best. Whatever your answer is, give it to yourself as an act of love. You are stronger than you think. And sometimes all it takes is one moment of stopping to hear yourself more clearly than ever before. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing this space with me today. I will see you in the next episode of the Heal and Grow podcast. Wishing you peace, clarity, and the gentlest path inward, no matter how loud the world becomes.